Hi, I'm Matt Keller, and this is Abraham Nunez.
Hey, but seriously, get the out of my chair. Looking ahead to the end of October and November, there are some notable new releases. Here's what to watch in the coming weeks. Starting us off on Netflix is Fair Play, a thriller that's been getting some great reviews. The New York Times calls it suburbly malevolent, and Entertainment Weekly calls it riveting and unbelievably tense. It's about two work colleagues who are dating and who are also competing for the same promotion in a cutthroat financial firm. As the stakes rise, their relationship begins to get sinister. Here's a clip.
You made half the big calls last quarter alone.
So, what do you want?
He's promoting me.
Congratulations.
I'm sorry.
Why? I'm so happy for you. Okay.
Wonder how she got the fast pass. Reporting to her? Jesus, man.
Abraham, what did you like about that trailer? What did you not like? How would you rate it?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a, personally, my opinion, I would say it's a 7.
A 7?
Yeah. It's a decent, solid trailer. I feel that personally it had a lot of thriller and suspense, especially with how the music was playing, how the trailer had jump cuts with the two main characters of the show.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe I'll give it like a 5 or 6. I think I'm going to survive without watching it, you know? I'm not very fond of the characters or the actors, you say. It just doesn't seem like my cup of tea, you know? And I couldn't just find any aspects about it that just looks good, you know? Also from Netflix is a new film called Pain Hustlers, starring Emily Blunt and Chris Evans. Blunt plays a blue-collar single mom who just lost her job. She has a chance meeting with a pharma sales rep, played by Evans, who gets her involved in an opioid racketeering scheme. Take a look.
Is that even legal?
67 and a 65.
Now, Abraham, this trailer actually looked way better.
Yeah, it was.
Way better than Fair Play.
Yeah.
More appealing actors, Chris Evans.
Yeah, exactly.
He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
You know, he's really good. Snowpiercer, Captain America. Yeah. What do you think?
I couldn't say it any better myself. Every time I see Chris Evans, I just think about Captain America, especially when I saw him in this trailer. But he's a very talented actor. The way he changes from, you know, different types of emotions, whether, you know, he's having positive energy, negative energy, but this being a drama-based film, I think he's going to do a great job, and so will Emily Blunt.
I would rate this, I would scale this trailer as an 8 or maybe a 7.
Right.
It looks more appealing, but I feel like I could totally live without seeing the movie. What about you?
Personally, I believe I could live without seeing the movie, but I would definitely say it's better than Fair Play. It's more interesting, you know, of course, like what we just discussed. It's two more well-known actors, you know, and everybody else, you know, that might not know about, like Netflix, but they are great actors. They're known by everybody, and yeah.
Yeah. Emily Blunt is also great, even though I never watched anything from her, though. But she's still good.
Yes.
Number 8 on Peacock is Five Nights at Freddy's, based on the video game of the same name that I used to play when I was younger. The film is about a security guard who works at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. On this first night on the job, he realizes that working the late night shift at Freddy's won't be an easy gig after all.
In the 80s, kids went missing. The police searched Freddy's top to bottom.
Hello?
They never found them. That's why the place shut down.
There are ghost children possessing giant robots.
Coming to Netflix on November 2nd is All the Light We Cannot See, a 4-part miniseries based on the best-selling Pulitzer Prize-winning novel by Anthony Doerr. The World War II drama stars Mark Ruffalo and is getting fantastic reviews. Here's a clip.
Of invading cities, I'm trying to remember. Light lasts forever. Darkness lasts not even for 1 second. When you turn on the light, I know that broadcasting could get me executed.
Now, Abraham, like we've been doing, scale 1 to 5.
I could live without watching it, to be honest. But watching the trailer as I've seen it, I haven't seen Mark Ruffalo in a lot of things lately. Maybe it's just because I don't really watch that many shows, but it's obviously, for me, my personal opinion, a 6. I could live without watching it. Every other series that we've spoke about is more interesting than this.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. I'm not big on Mark Ruffalo, but however, there is an actor from a German show called Dark, which is one of my favorite shows, so I might be interested in later on. On November 10th, Netflix is releasing David Fincher's thriller epic, The Killer, which was a breakout at the Venice Film Festival. The tagline for this film is "Execution is everything." It stars Michael Fassbender as a coldly methodical hitman who starts to develop a conscience. Take a look.
Stick to your plan. Never yield an advantage. Stick to the plan. Fight only the battle you're paid to fight. Ask yourself, what's in it for me? Stick to the plan. Empathy, weakness, vulnerability. This is what it takes if you want to succeed.
The Killer actually looks interesting. What are your thoughts?
Personal opinion, I give it a 7 for the trailer.
Really?
We're talking about Michael Fassbender, right?
We are.
I personally haven't seen him in that many other shows. I don't know that much about his work, but from the looks of it, from the trailer, it's not actually that bad, especially compared to all the other shows that we've previously talked about.
In my opinion, I agree with you, by the way. I'll give like 7 or 8. I would watch it as a time killer. Yeah. But it just looks like that basic, unoriginal hitman movie or show.
Yeah, like the classic trope.
Right?
Yeah, like, oh, he's bad, but he's good now.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I don't watch a lot of Michael Fassbender.
Right.
You know?
Same.
I only know him from the X-Men movies.
Right.
And I bet he's way more popular in like Europe, either in England or Ireland. I don't know where he's from.
Right.
We think The Killer looks very interesting, so we may watch it.
I'm the treasurer of Pinky Swear Pack, and we are a cancer foundation on campus, and we help families and children who are struggling with cancer. We help with like the hidden fees, such as like mortgages, groceries, and here we focus on making cards and having fundraisers, and we also like to have de-stressing events. We also have an Instagram, which is PSU_pack.
Coming to Hulu on November 14th is A Murder at the End of the World. It's a 7-episode mystery about a hacker turned crime solver who investigates a death in Iceland and explores the public's current obsession with AI, which is also artificial intelligence. It's getting a lot of buzz right now, so here's a preview.
think there's something going on here that we don't fully understand.
What do you think?
Mid.
Mid?
Yeah.
It's mid. I think it's mid.
Yeah. I personally believe that, I mean, the premise of it, somewhat interesting. I mean, I've probably seen a bunch of other movies, like, especially like in the mid-2000s, but, I mean, it's getting buzz probably because of the topic of AI.
Yeah, artificial intelligence is not really like, I'm not interested in it, you know?
Right,
It just seems so boring.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah, it's just not my kind of thing. Like, I'm not into that futuristic stuff.
Right.
My type of shows are like action.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. This one just seems just boring. I don't know.
Right.
You know? So like 5, 6.
Yeah.
Maybe if I'm like really, really bored,
Yeah.
maybe I'll watch it.
As a time killer.
Time killer, that's right.
I give it a 5.
All right. 5 or 6 stars for the teaser. Doesn't look very interesting. I loved the first 4 seasons of Fargo on Hulu. It's a really well done show with excellent writing and an amazing cast that changes every season. The 5th season of Noah Hawley's anthology series, which is based on the Joel and Ethan Coen's 1996 film, returns and it stars John Hamm as a vengeful North Dakota sheriff and Jennifer Jason Leigh as a ruthless mother-in-law of a housewife with a secret past. If season 5 is as half as good as the first 4 seasons, it's going to be great, maybe fantastic. Here's a teaser.
Who do I gotta kill to get a coffee?
I'm a big fan of Fargo, like I said. I'm definitely excited. I'll give it a 9 or 10, even though we didn't see much. We just saw John Hamm being a bully in that little diner.
Yeah. I guess that's the best thing about the show is John Hamm and what he does, right?
Well, this season.
Yeah, for this season.
Every season has a different cast.
Right. But it is one of the most interesting shows compared to what we've discussed previously with what's going to be coming out on these streaming services.
Right. I wouldn't say, I feel like this one would not be as good as the first one with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Wilson.
Right.
Or whatever. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey, yeah.
Yeah, and the other guy with a gap in his teeth.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. That's True Detective. I'm sorry. Fargo is with Billy Bob Thornton.
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah. But the second season was really good, too. Do you think you'll watch it?
Maybe so, yeah. Probably. I mean, I would definitely put it up there with most interesting shows that are coming out during this time. Yeah.
Like all the other actors I've been talking about, I'm not very big on John Hamm. I'm not very familiar with him. I watched a couple episodes of Mad Men, like a long time ago, so I can't really remember them. But it was a pretty good show, and maybe I'll pick up on that show later on. But for now, I'll just have to see his performance on Fargo.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm sure he'll do a really good job, though.
Most definitely.
So 8 or 9 stars?
I give it 8. Yeah.
8, 9, 10 stars on the teaser for our excitement also. If you were alive 2 years ago, had a TV, or at least had internet access, you probably watched or heard of a Netflix show called Squid Game. The original was a massive hit, watched by 142 million Netflix subscribers in 94 countries. That's a lot of countries. If you were waiting for the sequel, I have good news and I have bad news. On November 2nd, that's the day before Thanksgiving, just in case if you didn't know, Netflix is dropping Squid Game, The Challenge. That's the good news. You want to bring up the bad news or should I?
I'll do it.
I'll do it, actually.
Okay.
The bad news is that this time around, it's a reality TV show that follows real-life contestants through a competition where the winner takes the equivalent of $4.5 million. Take a look.
Attention players. You will now compete for our biggest cash prize in reality show history.
You have got to be kidding me.
Oh my God.
Do you think a reality TV show will be as compelling as an action show, a drama show?
Not really. I mean, what draws most audiences is thriller, drama, and suspense. And me watching the trailer, the $4.6 billion, whatever amount of money it was, kind of gave me some John Wick type of vibes with the bounty.
Now, the first season of Squid Game, or the original one at least, I really enjoyed that one. Yeah. It had a good cast, the acting was great, the challenges were great. I was always on the edge of my seat every single challenge. I don't understand why the creators could just make a season 2 with the original cast, even though there was only one person alive. Right. The ending set up the second season perfectly. There was a perfect opening for a second season. The survivor, for some reason, he dyes his hair red, and he goes to see his daughter. But he's like, never mind, I don't want to see her anymore. Then he decides to go into the second Squid Game, and then leaves it there. And I don't want to understand why they would do that. Yeah. You watch Squid Game?
I've been recommended, but by my older brother, because he watches it a lot.
Right. How much would you give it?
The trailer itself, I'd say like a 6, to be honest with you.
I'll give it a 3. 2 or 3. Reality shows are just not my thing, you know? Hulu also has a big title dropping the day before Thanksgiving. I'm talking about the historical epic Napoleon, directed by Ridley Scott and starring Joaquin Phoenix. The film portrays Napoleon Bonaparte's rise to the power as well as his relationship with Empress Josephine. Take a look.
No doubt you'll send the chaos in the streets. We must make an example, or France will fall.
What would you do if this assignment of defense was transferred to you?
I promise you brilliant successes.
All right. I'm really familiar with Joaquin Phoenix. I enjoy Joker.
Yes.
But best in my knowledge, that's the only movie I watched with him.
Right.
What about you?
I saw Joker. He was great in that, and I think he's gonna do great in this also. I was to my knowledge, I knew that this was coming out, and I thought it was very interesting. Mainly because I think maybe this was one of the first type of projects I've heard with them doing a historical story of Napoleon. But overall, with the trailer itself, I would give it a 10. It's gonna have a great sense of drama, especially with how he's gonna be rising to power, his relationship with Empress Josephine. It's gonna be a great show.
I agree. But it's not a show, it's a movie, just in case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I take it back. I watched Gladiator with Joaquin Phoenix, and that was really good.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't watched it for a while, I still remember his role. He was the bad guy, but he did a phenomenal job. Right. So yeah, how much would you give this? Like, how many stars for the trailer? Does this give you excitement?
Yeah, especially with, we're talking about Napoleon, right?
Right.
He's a very iconic historical figure.
That's right.
Yeah.
So 8 or 9 stars?
10. I go with a 10. Yeah.
All right, well.
Joaquin Phoenix.
10 stars for Abraham, 8 or 9 stars for me. I'll go see the movie like I did with Oppenheimer or maybe Barbie. Coming in at number 1, Apple TV's darkly humorous spy thriller, Slow Horses is returning for season 3 on December 1st. This show is already a hit starring Gary Oldman. It follows a dysfunctional team of British espionage agents who have been cast aside for MI5 and yet always seem to stumble into and solve big cases. Here's a trailer.
And you're not going to do anything to them.
Grey books.
Elvis shot JFK and Hitler built the pyramids.
People died today.
Sometimes the stakes are higher than your personal safety.
I just want to say, this is an absolute honor.
Shut up.
Let's go.
Who was it who said, you cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth?
The last trailer we watched, Slow Horses.
Not really interested, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
He's a very good actor. Dark Knight, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Harry Potter. You're just not into him?
I think I've just been burnt out with all this espionage shows, especially Secret Invasion with, you know, Samuel Jackson. I just find that trope a bit tiring. Hopefully they can, I believe they're going to make it more interesting than Secret Invasion, but I'm just tired of it.
I agree, but I could not get tired of a good show,
right.
You know? And Gary Oldman, I like him.
Yeah.
He's a very good actor. I feel like he never gets a movie that's either a hit or a miss. I feel like they're all hits, especially Harry Potter and The Dark Knight. So how much would you get this?
Gary Oldman's a great actor. I don't want to give it like a low score just because, you know, based my interest, but I give it a 7 out of 10, like 7 stars.
I would disagree with you. I'll give it an 8. Not very far from 7. They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
7, no, 8 or 9 stars.
Okay.
7 stars, 8 or 9 stars for me. Well, that's it for this episode. Those are the top 10 shows and films to watch in late October and November on your favorite streaming platforms. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Matt Kelleher. This is Abraham Nunes. Have a good time watching shows, America.